play passive to outlast a couple of opponents. It depends on the situation, what fits in, and depends also on your image. When I sit down at the table, I have to make my pre-flop decisions. As I stated earlier, it's important what position I have, it's important what limit we're playing, and of course very important what starting hands I have. What I tend to do, I like to be in there, I like to see a lot of flops, I like to mix it up a lot, but ultimately I like to take away the blinds. The structure of no-limit tournaments is a lot of times the increments go up, and as we get to later stages in the tournament, there's a lot of money in the pot already before anybody has looked at their cards. There's antes in there and there's the blinds in there. So a lot of my strategy is trying to take away the blinds. So what that means is a lot of times, actually, it's not that important as to what I have, what holding, but what position I'm in. If I'm first to act, I'm going to be very selective, but as we go around the table, if I'm last to act, nobody is in, I'm going to raise just about 100% of the time. If I'm one off the button, nobody is in, I'm going to raise close to 100% of the time. And as we move around the table, as we go to the first position right after the blind, I'm probably only going to try 5 to 10%. Those 5 to 10%, I'm probably going to start with a premium starting hand. So, of course, once in a while, to mix it up, to keep your opponents off guard, I'm going to raise from an early position with a medium hand. It could be a small pair, it could be 6, 7 of hearts, just to mix it up. But be careful, don't mix it up too much. If people see you being too aggressive, raising all the time, then they will re-raise you and you will be faced with a tough decision. Be very aggressive, but don't be too aggressive. See a lot of people trying to be very aggressive. They see people on TV raising a lot, but they get carried away. They see the work the first time, the second time, the third time. But once they get caught the fourth, the fifth, and the sixth time, suddenly they knock themselves out of the tournament in situations where they didn't have to. So it's very important, be aggressive, but also be selective before at pre-flop. Know what situation you're in, know where you're sitting at the table, how many players are still in the pot, are you last to act, first to act. Of course, your starting hand is important, and what limit you're playing. So put all these 3 factors into the equation, and I think you will come up with good decisions. So now that I've given you all the tools you need to win, what would you do in this situation? I'm all in.